Welcome to Talbot Middle School. My name is Brian Raposo. I am the proud principal of Talbot Middle School. I'm in my 5th year here at this school. Thank you to our guests for joining us. We have folks from our school staff. We have folks from Verizon, Heart of America. We have tons of individuals here. I want to acknowledge our superintendent, Ponce, is here as well. School committee woman Mimi Larrabee. We have Mayor Paul Coogan. Representatives Schmidt and Fiola, and then State Senator Rodrigues as well. So we appreciate you joining us here today. Over the past 5 years as principal at Talbot, we have redesigned, and in this case, literally redesigned, much of our teaching and learning environment in this school. I think this space is a perfect example of that. And so while there's been a redesign really in the culture around teaching and learning, we've literally brought opportunities to the fingertips of our kids, which is fantastic. So for those of you who are not yet familiar with the program, Digital Promise collaborates with Verizon to equip students and teachers with a device. We were the recipient of this grant, and all of our students as such had a one-to-one device a few years back. This provides students with at-home access as well. So in addition to all the free technology and access, there's also been extensive teacher training and support, which has allowed our teachers to engage our kids in really unique opportunities, learning opportunities and experiences in the classroom. In order to make this immersive media lab a reality, we also have to recognize Heart of America, which is the organization that transforms these spaces into modern learning environments, so that our kids can learn and grow. Through this organization and all of these resources, we've been able to bridge a resources gap and make progress toward educational equity for all of our kids here at Talbot and across many of our schools in Fall River. So I want to recognize an instrumental member of my team, Kathleen Chapman. She's been an excellent teacher at our school, and in the last few years has transitioned into an excellent Vills coach. She's been really the champion and the advocate behind many of our technology integration initiatives, and has provided countless hours of teacher professional development and support. The most important part of why we're here today is really our kids. So what's amazing about this technology, and Kathleen and I were actually having a conversation last week, is, and I'm seeing it even with the adults, is it really brings you back to a place of being a curious kid, right? We know middle school kids, high anxiety, you got to be cool, right? You don't want to pretend like you might actually be having fun in class. But once you have, a headset on and you're holding a heart in your hand, or you're visiting ancient Greece, it really brings you back to being just a curious kid again. You actually have fun with that while you're learning. So I think that's really the coolest, most important part to me, is the impact on our students when you actually see them interacting with this kind of technology. So I appreciate you all being here today. I'm super excited to be, hosting this event, on behalf of our family and our community here at Talbot. What I'd like to do is invite anyone else, if they'd like to say a few words, please don't hesitate. And then we're also going to hear from some student speakers as well. Okay, so if anybody would like to say anything, don't hesitate to jump in. And then we'll also hear from some student speakers. Okay. Do the kids want to come up? Who's speaking? Mm-hmm. Don't be shy now. Don't worry, nobody's looking. All right. They were adamant that this had to be a joint effort. Yeah. So I don't really tell them what to do.
Good morning, everyone.
On behalf of the Talbot Tech team and the student body, we want to welcome you to the coolest room in our building. Thanks to Heart of America and Arizona State University, we have a state-of-the-art innovation lab where you can bring our 3D designs to life, travel to ancient Greece in between 3rd and 4th period, design virtual worlds, and prepare for our careers in the future.
In addition to the one-to-one devices and mobile data that Verizon and Digital Promise has provided all of our students for the past 3 years.
Because of you, we have access and opportunities to build our knowledge and talents, innovate, and hopefully change the world someday.
Thank you for investing in us.
I'll hand it over now to
Good morning, everyone. And that was amazing. Let's hear it again for our young leaders. Thank you, and again, good morning. My name is Adriana Dawson. I am the Director of Community Engagement for our State and Government Affairs team at Verizon. I'm based out of Providence, but I have responsibility for multiple markets within New England, and this being one of my markets, which I'm incredibly proud of this morning. And I'm beyond excited to be here today to join Fall River public school leaders, educators, students, community leaders, and the Heart of America team to celebrate community, celebrate this win. It's a win for our future, it's a win for community, and it's a win for innovation. What I'd also like to do is acknowledge the efforts of Principal Raposo, Kathleen, and the other folks that have contributed to the vision here today. We're super excited because we're not only celebrating the launch of the Verizon Innovating Learning Lab here at Talbot Middle School, but we're also opening 3 other Verizon Innovation Learning Labs in the Fall River Public School District at Henry Lord Community School, Doran Community School, and Matthew Cuss Community School. I'd also like to underscore what Principal Raposo mentioned in his opening remarks, and again, thanking our elected officials, thanking the superintendent and the other folks that have contributed to this vision and are here supporting us today, as well as our partners, the Heart of America, Digital Promise, and Arizona State University. The Verizon Innovating Learning Lab program really does empower Verizon innovative learning schools all over the country, and we become hubs. You know, our goal is to weave ourselves into the fabric of the community by providing technology, education, and access to opportunity to our young leaders, right? So rather than looking at them as consumers of technology, we want them to be contributors in this space. And in order for them to be contributors, we need to equip them with the tools and the skills and the opportunity to have them ideate and see themselves in these spaces as co-creators and designers of the activity that's going on. And so we are absolutely thrilled to be linking arms with our partners in order to make that vision come alive. This engaging program will help transform the learning experience for students and further ignite their interest in STEM careers, equipping them with sort of that motivation to want to continue to be lifelong learners and continue to pursue this path. And the learning doesn't stop here, right? They take it home. And they introduce their love of what they're learning into their households and into their family environment. So it really does take this family-first approach in learning. It's really weaving all of this into the heart of the community. So with the 4 labs that I just mentioned, the 4 labs will serve over 2,000 students this year with emerging technology, immersive learning opportunities, and with the new skills to thrive in careers of the future. The program will also provide opportunities for 230 Fall River educators to leverage and integrate emerging technology in the classroom and continue to enable and inspire students. So for over 10 years, Verizon has been working to foster this digital inclusion through the Verizon Innovative Learning, which is part of Citizen Verizon. It's our responsible business plan to society, as we have identified society as one of our major stakeholders. So again, we thank you for joining us in celebration today, for acknowledging the young leaders who will be the future leaders of tomorrow, and for linking arms with us in this work that we will continue to move forward on. So thank you for your continued partnership, and to our young leaders, thank you.